I always end up in a weird sort of like niche hole of fucking crazies. Well, I was working with my cousin Joey. It was sort of his last years in the biz, and that is the phone booking business. We'd have all these phone books to deliver, and the money was the advertisement in it. People would pay for the advertisement. They sort of wanted to guarantee that people would get eyes on these books. But what we did with the books didn't actually really matter as long as they disappeared. He had told me that he had tried every way there is to get rid of a phone book. You could burn it, you could try to sink it, you could try to just leave them. He said there's no shortage of what you did with them. And I tried it myself. It's hard to make them disappear. The time that I went with him, I was in pretty rough shape. And, we'd be in Buffalo for weeks, just town after town, and we'd be staying at the same old like, shitty, off-the-highway motel. It was me and my cousin's crew. It was just me and him and this one guy, Isaiah, from Bridgeport, who roomed together for these months. Me and him couldn't be more opposite. I'm just getting high all day long, making sure I have enough dough for the next week to come. This kid is over there listening to Alex Jones radio, fucking 24/7. He wouldn't eat or drink anything other than almond milk. And he's talking to me about conspiracies, and I'd be like, we'd get back to the room at night, and I'd be like in the bathroom for fucking 15 minutes, and I'd come out, listening to this dude talk to me about all these fucking interdimensional beings, the reptilians. I just sort of humored him because I wanted to be on cool terms with him, but every day after a while it gets old. So the tensions were high, and I was running low on my stash, so I'm trying to stretch things out. And so I'm stuck out in Buffalo, and I got enough dope to get me through one day, but I'm out there for another month. Some of the other crews that are there are pretty, they're pretty checkered type people. One crew was like 45 people, men and women both, all ages, from like North Carolina. And they had been on the road for like a year and a half doing this phone book thing, just living together. They had like a whole little economy moving from place to place. And so there was drug dealers there, but very quickly when I got there, I'd see them getting picked off. They'd pull out a gun, they're on probation, just all sorts of stupid shit. So they were disappearing, and I'm like, I'm struggling to try to find, I don't want to get sick out there in Buffalo at some hotel. It's not going to be fun in a van full of goddamn phone books. So I start talking to the guys, and two of them had set up this deal for me, and it seemed kind of sketchy, but I had known the dudes. I'd see them every day. I figured these guys aren't going to fuck me over, but of course they did. And they set me up with these two dudes that were going to take me out to go see the dope dealer. So by the end of the day, I'm getting desperate. I just want anything. I don't care. I'm going to give them all my money either way. Just give me something so I can make it through the week. Finally, we're going to sketchier and sketchier spots, and finally there's this one guy. They say, oh, he's got it. Let me get the money. And I'm not stupid. I was just like, I'll give you the money when I see the product. So they did, and they did give it to me. But when they gave it to me and I handed over the money, they immediately tried to rob me then for the product back. It was just some heroin. They were calling it dog food. That was all the dude had, and he needed it himself. So I'm in the Jeep with them, and I kind of hear that they're trying to be coded, and we're going back, but I know that they're gonna pull over, like fight me for it. And so finally they pull over on this fucking, it was a business district, not a lot of people out. There were people out, and as soon as they pull over, I fucking pop out of the car and I'm ready to go. 3 of them are coming after me. The smallest one came at me first, and I hurt him pretty good right off the bat. And he was down, like he's all fuck, dude, and he's yelling at these other two, fuck him up. And now they're already reluctant, and I'm fucking waiting, and I'm trying to go after them individually. The small kid finally does get up, and they just sort of all come flank me at the same time. Another dude from inside the pizza place comes out that I wasn't paying attention to, but this dude just fucking wails me from the behind, and I go down, and then there's 4 of them kicking my ass, and I'm just like, trying to block what I can, just saying shit to them, fuck you. I'm like, dude, you're not gonna take the shit from me. Like, the cops are gonna come before I let go of the shit. They're kind of like pleading with me to just give it to them. Like, come on. And I'm like, dude, fuck you. Like, I paid for this. Just go. Like, you got my shit. Get out of here. And then they start to go, and I'm like, fuck. I don't know where I'm at. Like, I don't even know the town, nothing. I was just sort of dozing off. I got my phone, but I don't know anyone in Buffalo. So as they're getting in the car, I'm like, fuck. So I run up, and I'm trying to get in. I'm like, dude, just give me a ride back to the hotel. They wouldn't do it, so they leave me stranded there. I'm bleeding from, like, my head just a little bit. Either way, I'm concussed. This old black lady at the pizza parlor, it kind of is walking over to me slowly, just matter of factly, like, you all right? And I'm like, yeah. So like, fuck, like, I don't know where I'm at. Like, I'm trying to go back to the hotel, and she's like, well, it sounds like you got yourself a problem. Well, you said some not too nice thing about my people, because I said some racist remarks. Being beat up and shit, it just It was all I could do. And she made me apologize to her. And then she actually drove me back to the hotel, dropped me off, and she was a very lovely lady. She offered to buy me food on the way, but she knew I just wanted to get back and get high. But I got to go back to delivering phone books the next day. All hunky-dory. That's phone booking, baby.